Welcome back. I am here with Rachel Richards. Rachel is the owner, creative director, and I'm sure a whole lot of other things with Step Group Events and Marketing.
Yes.
And what's the last word? Events, marketing.
And rentals.
And rentals. Okay, yes. I don't want to forget the rentals because we'll
Right.
talk a little bit about that.
Okay.
But welcome, Rachel.
Yes, this is so fun. You have your own show now.
I know.
So
this
fun.
has been great. I know the last time I think we did this was when we were on the Morning Blend together.
Right.
So I'm so sad that that's not on, but I'm
know.
glad to be able to have this conversation.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So let's talk. I want to spend the first half just talking about what Step Group is, give
Okay.
us a little history, and then what you do, because it's pretty amazing stuff.
Sure. So Step Group is an event marketing firm. So we concentrate on a lot of branded events for our clients. Grand openings, product launches, ribbon cuttings, fashion productions, and then we do a lot of styling and larger productions, if you will, for corporate holiday parties, nonprofit events. So we work a lot with Habitat for Humanity, Children's Hospital with Wine, Women, and Shoes, and then of course with you and your big event that acknowledges a lot of nonprofits.
Right. So talk to me, how many years have you been doing this?
We will be 8 in February,
Okay.
but I've always had a love for events.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
people always ask me, like, how did you get started? And I always tend to go way back to when I was 5 years old.
Sure.
When my mom threw me my 5th birthday party, and it was in the basement of our house. And she had which I'm sure she probably had to save for months for this little party, but there was a magician, a clown, and there was a scavenger hunt, and I thought it was the best thing ever. And ever since then, I just have had a love for events, like I said, and I've always helped her with family events when I was little, and then when I went to college, I just started doing events on the side. Then one of the co-founders of Omaha Fashion Week, worked for the Knot.
Right.
So had my hands in a lot of events, but 8 years ago decided to take the next step in my career and create Step Group.
Right. So let's talk about what are some of your favorite events that you've done?
Oh, geez. I love Wine, Women, and Shoes.
Right.
We had our kickoff meeting actually this morning, so I was at the Carolyn Scott Rainbow House.
Yeah.
And every time Beth gets up to tell us the history of the Rainbow House, I always get teared up because it's just such a great nonprofit and what they do for those kiddos. And we're so happy to be able to be involved and help with that. So Wine, Women, and Shoes has grown here in our community. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I will say Wine, Women, and Shoes actually won the Big
yes.
Events Best Connection
Last year, right?
or
Yes.
2018, because
Right.
the event was in January of 2018. So they won favorite event. The community voted, and that was their favorite event. So that was.
Yes, we love being involved. I mean, there's a lot of people, a lot of moving parts with that event, but we love that. And Brouhaha is great. On the corporate side, we love working with LinkedIn. They basically say, here it is, you go for it. And when they walk in, they're always wowed. And then they're always like, this was the best year. And then I have to work towards, oh my gosh, how am I going to impress them the next year? So LinkedIn's a lot of fun to work with as well.
Yeah. Well, any advice for future event planners? And I'm sure there's as great as things are, there's always challenges.
Right. Absolutely. Tomorrow we'll be setting up for Night of 1,000 Stars for Nebraska AIDS Project. That's on Saturday. And I'm sure I will ask myself at some point during the day, why do I do this for a living? But when people start coming through the door and you hear them talking about the event and they're taking pictures and they're posting it to social media, then I realize I do it because it gives people gratification and outlet from their everyday life, and it's really enjoyable to see that.
Well, I'm always asking myself that on the day of the big event, which we're going to just take a quick break and we'll come back and talk about that. So I totally get it. But then at the end of the evening, it's like this is it's just so wonderful to see people. You're creating an experience for people. So
absolutely,
yeah. So we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back to talk about the big event. Well, we are going to be talking about the big event. Rachel and her company, you've been kind of helping us out with this for for years.
Yes, I was thinking about that on my way over here. I think it's been 5 or 6 years at least.
Yeah, I know when we had it at Nomad, you know.
Oh, maybe it's been 10 years plus.
It's been, it's
Right.
been a while. So, well, first let me just explain to the viewers out there what the big event is. So we've been doing this event since 2005. It started out as a launch party for our annual giving guide, but also that first year, we wanted to create a kind of like Emmy awards ceremony. So we had people vote for favorite charity events, and in typical Emmy style, we got up there and gave away awards, and the winners did not know who they were, so everybody was really surprised. And it really, the purpose of it is just to celebrate the giving spirit of the community and what a generous community that we live in.
Right.
So it's kind of transformed over the years. We used to have it at a different location every year, but this will be the third year we're having it at the Omaha Design Center. It's a red carpet event, so that backdrop just really lends itself for just this wonderful red carpet experience.
Absolutely.
So let's just talk about last year. I was excited because we added some new elements to it.
Right. So one of the things that when you came to us, like, what can we change up a little bit? What we wanted to do was share with the community all of those, whether it's internal, external planners that are planning all of these nonprofit events throughout the year, not just their galas, but the smaller events as well, was let's share with them some of our vendors that we love in the community or some of our event secrets. So they can in turn share it with their guests at their event. And in the end, make more money, create more buzz, share on social media more, get more attendees the following year. And the goal is to make as much money as they can for their cause.
Absolutely, because again, I remember last year, which was the second year at the Omaha Design Center, we had people working with fire, and we had this woman with a blank canvas that then painted as the event went on, and a caricature artist and a vintage photo booth, which, a big part's the awards piece, but also as we've been working together is really how can we showcase vendors that these nonprofits can see, and also the corporate community can see, that can help make their events more successful, because it is about the experience. And speak to that, because I know that's a big word.
Sure. From the time somebody walks through the door for an event, there's so many events too in Omaha, so many nonprofit events that people are being invited to. So each experience, each planner should try and make it a little bit different. So from the moment they step through the door, if we're handing them something to taste, whether it's a signature cocktail, as they walk down the hall and they're seeing or hearing entertainment, to the different floral or centerpieces that are on their table, to the, like you said, photo booth or takeaways of a picture of a caricature that somebody drew for them. We just want them to be having a cool experience from the time they walk in the door to the time they walk out the door.
Right.
And so we try to bring in those vendors who we work with throughout the year, which is, there's a lot of them, from floral to caterers to cookie artists, everything in between, lighting, AV, and we want to showcase those people and have those other planners be able to utilize them as well.
And I know right now you're in the process, and we're working together on kind of securing the vendors for the event, which is January 17th, save the date, to make, I think we just top ourselves each year and always get such great feedback. And I think some of the vendors, the vendors that were there last year, you told me that they walked out of there, or people called,
they had bookings, I think, that night, so they were really excited to be a part of it. For most of them, if they can get at least one booking, they've paid that marketing investment off. And most of them walked out of there with at least a couple bookings, and then people were contacting them throughout the year. So I know everybody was really excited, and we've started to reach out to some vendors, but we definitely want to have more. So if anyone's interested, we'd love to have them.
Right. So I would say if anybody is interested, shall we email you? What should we do?
Yes, absolutely. They can email info@stepgroupinc. And we can give them that information, and we'll send along all the package. And I know you're giving discounts to advertising if they're part of this event. So that's another great
Because it
great
does
thing
all
that they
go
get.
together in the giving guide. The back part of the publication is all about event planning and all the different venues, and there's catering options and you know, other different things that to make your event better. I know you have a lot of rentals, and we've
Yes.
used those before.
Right.
So we're excited to incorporate those into the event again. But at the end of the evening for the big event, it really is celebrating the community. It's celebrating the hard work of the volunteers, of the chairman, of all those people that make an event, and the vendors, everything that makes an event spectacular and successful. So we just want people leaving feeling great. And I have to tell you, every year, that always happens.
Good.
Talk about a little
Yeah.
stress.
Yeah,
because
we
I'm
get a
always-
little stressed,
We get a
but
little
we're-
stressed. And sometimes I'm like, why do I keep doing this? But every year it just gets better and better. And people, it's a great way to connect and network. So
Yeah, we're excited, and we're still working on what's something we can do different this year,
Yeah.
because last year was great, but we'll figure that out.
yep. So tickets are going to go on sale for the event the 1st of December. And we'll have that information out there. I always encourage people to visit our Facebook page, Metro Magazine, all one word. You can also email editor at Spirit of Omaha for more information, or go to our website at spiritofomaha.com. So just trying to put a lot of information out there. I'm super excited. Again, Thursday, January 17th, red carpet. You get treated like a queen or a king. So I encourage you all to save the date. And Rachel, any final words?
I don't think so. We're just really excited. And again, if there's any vendors out there, from caterers to florists to lighting designers, anyone that wants to be involved to get in front of these nonprofits who host a lot of events throughout the year,
I know.
and they need vendor contacts, I encourage them to contact us
Yeah.
so they can get involved.
All right, Rachel, thank you so much for
thank
joining
you.
me today. And thank you. We will be right back.